Are you living in a townhome in Coquitlam and wondering if now's the time to make the leap into a detached home? Here's the truth. Detached homes are down on average over $230,000 since peak, almost $250,000, and the gap between townhomes and detached homes is $170,000 smaller than it was back in 2022. And with suite income, you can boost your buying power by as much as $300,000 to $400,000. Let me walk you through exactly how this works. So let me tell you why this guide matters. Detached homes are down. Townhomes are down, but the price gap hasn't been this close in a very, very long time. This means you can potentially upsize without stretching your budget like you would have had to do even just 2 to 3 years ago. The key is understanding the significant financial leverage you can gain with a mortgage helper suite or with rental suite income. As an example, a 2-bedroom suite in Coquitlam could increase your financing qualification anywhere from $80,000 up to as high as $300,000 to $400,000, depending on the financing program that you leverage. So let's look at the market shift in numbers and how we've closed that gap by $170,000. So here's the breakdown. Since the 2022 peak prices, about between March, April, or May, depending on what product, what area, but right around that early 2022 is when prices peaked. On average, detached homes in Coquitlam again are down $230,000, where the average townhome is down only $60,000, which leaves you $170,000 closer gap than you would have been back in 2022. Detached ownership hasn't been this achievable in years. So let's break down exactly what is a suite-ready home. A suite-ready home is one that already has or can easily add a basement suite. Things like separate entrance, full kitchen, bathroom, egress windows, parking. Now here's something most people don't know. Whether the suite is legal or unauthorized, banks generally do not care when it comes to financing qualifications and will still use that rental income when qualifying you, even for unauthorized rental suites, as long as it meets basic standards. For context, over 50% of basement suites in Coquitlam detached homes are unauthorized, with rental housing in short supply. This has never been a priority for local governments to crack down on. So let's talk specifics on how suite income boosts your buying power. There are two main methods or products that lenders use that they can offer you. One is called add back. This is when a portion of the rent is added to your income. And the other one is called offset. This is when part of the rent reduces your qualifying payment. So, for example, let's say you have $2,000 of rent for a suite in your Coquitlam home or in your home anywhere in the Lower Mainland. A 50% add back could give you about $80,000 more borrowing power. 100% add back could give you about $160,000 in additional borrowing power. Now, with offset even throws those numbers much higher. You have to speak with the right lenders who are offering these programs, but with an offset program, as much as $300,000 or more could be increased in your in how much you can qualify for just based on a $2,000 rent. Now with a $2,500 rent, which is not hard to get, and those numbers are always seem to be increasing, you would get even those numbers would increase. So if you'd like to hop on a call and run some numbers for your personal situation, just reach out to me. My contact info is in the description below. I love when viewers reach out to me, and I'll connect you with a great problem solving mortgage broker after we've run your numbers, and if it's something that makes sense and you'd like to pursue. So let's talk typical suite rents in Coquitlam. Now, it doesn't take much time to research your specific area. If it's not Coquitlam, just hop on the internet, look for the type of suites that are available for rent. that you would be having in the home that you purchase, and you can get a good idea for your area. So right now, one bedroom suites rent for about $1,800 to $2,000, and two bedrooms are about $2,200 to $2,500 plus. Demand is strong in areas like Burke Mountain, Ranch Park, Central Coquitlam. This isn't just theory, this is real monthly cash flow you can use to qualify and cover costs. Rental rates do change. Usually they're moving upwards, sometimes quickly, so always confirm the current market rents for your location. But let's just touch on a real world example. A family sells their home, keeps their equity, buys a detached home with a suite, and that suite adds $180,000 in buying power for them at $2,200 a month in rent. The rental income covers most of the difference in payments, and in their words, the suite income made our dream home affordable without stretching our budget. And this is conservative and absolutely achievable for anybody out there looking to make that upsize move. Now let's talk about the financing path, purchase plus improvements. It actually gives you an opportunity to buy a home with great suite potential without paying that premium for an already existing suite, because they do come at a premium because they increase people's buying power, and they just increase the value of the home. So even if the home only has suite potential but not an actual suite, there's a program for that. It's called Purchase Plus Improvements, and here's how it works. Before closing, you get a contractor to quote you on the work it would take, an estimate on the dollar amount to turn the potential suite into an actual suite. The lender adds the renovation costs to your mortgage, so they will add the cost of those renovations into your mortgage. Now, you pay your down payment on the total, including renovation costs. So this is a catch that's very important for people to know. You do have to pay for those renovations cash out of either cash or credit that you have. So you can't just get the bank to give the full mortgage and then just give you that money to not even do the rental and just take the money. You know, they're protecting themselves. So how it works is included in your down payment. You will have to also pay for the renovation costs, and then after closing you complete the work once, and once it's inspected by the bank, the lender will reimburse you the cost that it took to improve, to do all those renovations, to turn it into a suite, and then it's just baked into your mortgage. So this lets you finance the suite renovation through your mortgage, not out of pocket. So with that said, let's look at a 5-year financial outlook. You know, look at what the financial future looks like for the person who stays in the townhome or upsizes to the detached home, keeps their payments almost the same. Where are they financially in 5 years from taking that leap? So let's compare. We're looking at, if you had a $1 million townhome, in 5 years, you've got $257,000 of equity gain. Now, this is at an assumption of a 4.5% interest rate, which you can actually get better than that today. And it's at an outlook of approximately 3% property value increase per year, which is very, very conservative. So with your mortgage pay down and appreciation included, that townhome, $1 million townhome in 5 years, you're looking at a total of $250,000 of equity gain. Now, if you upsized to a 1.8 million detached home with a suite in 5 years, you're looking at approximately $460,000 in equity gain. Now, this is your mortgage pay down and that 3% appreciation per year added together. Plus, there's the $120,000 or $150,000 in rent collected. So, that's over $200,000 more in equity in just 5 years, plus all the benefits of detached living. At the end of the day, if you're going to own a home and pay your bills, you will build more equity for your future by upsizing your property. And with this strategy, you can do it without increasing your personal monthly expenses, or perhaps increasing them very minimally in order to, make that bigger nest egg for your future. So let's talk about your suite qualified roadmap. Here's how you get started. First step, Confirm your range with a broker. If you'd like to hop on a call with me, we can run rough numbers. My contact info is in the description below. I love it when viewers reach out to me. So, we could run those rough numbers, but I can connect you with a mortgage broker who can let you know of all the programs that are available and get you very specific numbers. You want to get pre-approved either using an add back or an offset mortgage. Again, the broker will be able to let you know exactly what options are available and what will give you the most leverage. Then we set up we tour Suite-Ready homes. So, go out and look at the product that's going to be able to qualify to get you that additional financing income. Use financing programs if you need rentals. So, don't write off suite potential homes, because there are those purchase plus improvements programs where you are able to get included in your mortgage. Of course, you have to pay it up front, but you can find some real gems there with suite potential. And move in, rent out, and start building equity faster. So if this all makes sense and you're ready to start building more equity as soon as possible, here's your next step. Book a sweet qualified strategy call with me today. We can run over the rough numbers. I can connect you with a mortgage broker if it seems to make sense to get those specific numbers. We can request your own list of suite-ready listings. If you just want to see the options that are available, reach out to me. My contact info is in the description below. I can start sending you suite-ready listings so you can see what your options are, or just join me on one of my Suite-Ready property tours where we can take you out and just look at 5 to 7 properties in a day that match that criteria, so you can really visualize and internalize what your options are. So all my contact info is in the description below. Don't hesitate to reach out. I love to chat. I'm Mark Parsons with eXp Realty, your local upsizing specialist. Make 2025 the year you move up into detached ownership with sweet income and get that working for you. Bye for now.